From the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening and welcome. This is Friday, May 8th, 2015. I'm Gary Perna, in for Ann Gownley. Well, this morning, Governor Tom Wolf visited the Hazel Township Early Learning Center to talk with district officials about how an increase in education spending will help districts like Hazleton. Governor Tom Wolf held a roundtable discussion about education this morning at the Hazel Township Early Learning Center. The governor was joined by Superintendent of Schools Dr. Francis Antonelli, Principals Rocco Petrone, Lori Herman, and Phil Latella, and teachers from the district. One of the major talking points were pre-K funding and how crucial that is to Hazleton.
Well, you start with what I'm trying to do, which is invest more in early childhood education. Education as a whole is a really great investment. Within education, early childhood education is probably the best investment because you make sure you have children coming to schools ready to learn. So I think the answer to your question is just invest more, focus more on that, take that more seriously than we have in the past.
The governor has a 13-point plan when it comes to education in Pennsylvania. One of those points is funding early learning for pre-K. Dr. Antonelli agrees the need for pre-K is stronger than ever before.
Well, it's a tremendous honor for all of us to have the governor visit our school district on his Schools for Teach tour. As you can see, Gary, he is tremendously impressed with the programs that we have in place here in the Hazleton Area School District. And on behalf of the Hazleton Area School District, I want to thank him for his dedicated commitment to public education and also for his interest in our district.
Wolf told reporters he was very impressed by the district.
I think the second thing here and across the state, I'm trying to make the point, we need to invest in education. This is something that absolutely affects our futures, and if we want a strong economy, strong communities, a strong Commonwealth, we've got to invest in what goes on in places like this. This is key to our future.
In the governor's proposed budget, he plans to drop property taxes and fund education through other taxes, like sales taxes and a tax on the Marcellus shale industry.
I want to have a major substantive reduction in the property taxes. I think it's a good thing to have some local skin in the game. So I like the idea of local effort. But the thing about not going to zero is that we have to make sure that this substantial reduction that I'm proposing in property taxes is for real. I want dollar for dollar tax reduction. That's why in my budget I have two things. I have the tax reduction, and that is the result of the state stepping up to take 50% of the share of funding public education. Then over here I also have an additional investment in public education coming from the Marcellus shale, coming from an increase in the sales tax and in the income tax. But I want to make sure, and if there's some better ideas, I have a formula in my own proposal to make sure that this is dollar for dollar tax reduction and that school districts don't come back 3-4 years down the road and start coming back to, and I think that's one of the concerns with people who say we should just go to zero. I want some local effort, so I don't think we should go to zero, but I am sympathetic and absolutely support the idea that we need to have real tax relief for people who are paying too high, the property taxes that are too high.
Antonelli said funding from the state is very instrumental when it comes to programs that are run in the district.
It's a significant amount of money. The allocation for this district on his 13 priorities, of which we have identified 3, pre-K being one of them, it is $817,815, and that's a significant amount of money. I'm impressed with the governor's vision for education, but what I really learned here today is that Governor Wolf has a passion for children and doing what's right for our students by providing the necessary funds so that they can succeed not only in school but in the 21st century job market.
While at the school, Governor Wolf toured the pre-K and second grade classrooms to see how some of the district programs are working. And some of the youngest students even sang for the governor. The governor left Hazleton to head to Bethlehem to meet with students and staff at Governor Wolf Elementary School. Well, state police at Hazleton need your help in finding the person or persons that burglarized the Hazel Township Babe Ruth concession stand. According to police, sometime between April 28th and 29th, the concession stand was broken into. A tan cash box along with a baseline chalk liner, 3 dozen baseballs, and 13 pairs of baseball pants were stolen. Police say that numerous items were also destroyed or vandalized inside and outside of the building.
Those are all busted. They got in by prying the door open. They went upstairs. They destroyed the pool table. All the cue sticks. They threw a cue ball through the television set. They pulled all the drawers out from downstairs, dumped everything on the floor. There's no need to do that. Nobody's out here. Nobody should be out here after 9 o'clock. They don't belong out here. It's a disgrace. After 40 years of doing this last year, from June until now, they don't stop. They just keep coming out and trying to destroy the place.
Police estimate the total damage at $5,000. If anyone has any information regarding to the crime, you're being asked to call PSP Hazleton at 570-459-3890 and ask for Trooper Rude. The league is also looking for donations to fix the broken items. If you can help, you're asked to call Frank at 570-436-2751. A Wilkes-Barre man was sentenced today for his involvement in a drug dealing distribution. 43-year-old Sean Morrows was arrested on April 3rd of 2013 at his Wilkes-Barre home and pled guilty in November of 2014 to the charges of cocaine distribution. The case was investigated by the FBI, the State Attorney General's Office, and the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office. He was sentenced to 80 months in prison by U.S. Senior Judge Richard Caputo. The judge also ordered that Morrows be placed on probation for 3 years following his prison term. Well, the candidates to be the next Hazleton area superintendent were being interviewed today. There are 3 remaining candidates and are being interviewed by students, faculty, principals, and others today. This is all part of the second round of the interview process to pick the next leader of the district. When WYLN was allowed to see the process, Dr. Craig Butler, the assistant superintendent of schools, was being interviewed by students. The board said they wanted to make this process very transparent and wanted to hear from all the stakeholders in the district. Tonight, the public will have their chance to question the candidates and meet them in the administration building. WYLN will have a crew there and have the very latest for you on Late Edition at 10. Well, a department store icon has announced his resignation as chief executive today. Al Boskov of Boskov's Department Store LLC has named his nephew Jim Boskov the CEO of the department store chain. Jim has been working for the company since 1976 and took over the leadership role in March. He is the 3rd generation of the family to head the company. Al Boskovs will continue to serve as chairman of Boskovs. Boskovs has 43 stores in Pennsylvania, Maryland, New York, Delaware, and Ohio. Well, time now to check in with our first look at the forecast. Today was a beautiful day. I got to spend some time outdoors this morning, and I wish I could be outside right now soaking up some of the warm weather. So, Joe, will this warm weather continue this weekend, and what can we expect?
Yeah, it definitely is going to continue this upcoming weekend. Overall, looking very nice, very warm for this time of year. And today, very nice across northeastern and central Pennsylvania. These are the 24-hour high temperatures. 80s, even getting up to 90 in Wilkes-Barre. Temperatures right now still very warm, 81 in New Angola, 86 in Berwick, 81 in Monomoy City, 87 in Bloomsburg as well as Danville. Now you notice today a little bit more of that humidity in the air. As we go into tomorrow, you'll see a little bit more humidity in the air as the dew points start to creep up into the 60s. Anything generally under 60 and in the 50s, it's not too bad. But once you start getting into the 60-ish range, that's when you start feeling more of that humidity. We'll have that tomorrow. But what can we expect for the second part of the weekend and next week? The complete 7-day forecast coming up in just a few.
All right, Joe, thanks very much. Coming up next on WYLN, a local church is preparing for a picnic, and they're inviting you to stop by and help support the church. Plus, a 2015 Athena Award recipient was announced. Who was it? We'll have the answer coming up. Stay with us on WYLN.
You're watching WYLN News, Greater Hazleton's only local news broadcast, with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Kristen Bazinski, weather with Joe Garbachik, and sports with Eric DeBerardinis and Gabriella Justin.
room should be filled with the ingredients that most inspire you. And let relaxed sophistication fill the air and the walls around it. Find beautiful cabinetry, finishes, and details that capture your personal style. Craft-made. It becomes you.
Call, click, or visit your local Craft-Made dealer today.
Penn State is right here in the Hazleton area.
We're top ranked by corporate recruiters.
We have 4-year degrees, so you can finish here or at another Penn State campus.
There's new scholarship money available.
And there's no application fee when you visit here.
Penn State Hazleton.
Download your application fee waiver at psu.edu/visit-hazleton.
Express Care. Walk in and you walk into the region's most trusted health network.
At West Hazleton Church will be hosting a spring parking lot party to raise funds to renovate an old school building. WYLN's Julie Stefanovich has more on this story.
The Holy Name of Jesus Parish at Transfiguration Church in West Hazleton is gearing up for its first annual parking lot party. The church hopes to raise money for the renovation of Transfiguration School. The goal for the project is around $1 million. $450,000 have been raised to date. Organizers have been hard at work for the past 8 months planning for the picnic.
First annual parking lot picnic. It'll be Saturday, May 16th, 2015. It'll begin, it starts at 4 o'clock in the afternoon until 9 o'clock p.m. on the 16th. Which is Saturday. That'll include a Zumba class with Allison at 10 a.m., Hazel Park Car Club show, that'll be from 4 to 7 p.m., and an alibi on stage from 5 to 9 p.m. Very exciting for us. We're looking forward to that. And then on Sunday, May 17th, from 12 noon until 5 p.m., we have DJ Richie Green. Very well known. Very exciting to have him available for that. We'll have cartoon sketches. They'll be available both Saturday and Sunday, 50-50 raffle. And of course, a picnic table, a very heavy-duty picnic table that will be chanced off along with a gas grill.
Plans for the renovation include a new roof, a rebuilt kitchen, and a parish center.
The funds are necessary for the renovation of the school building, the former school building. This building was built in 1931 during the height of the Depression, and we've used it as a school, and then it was closed as a school, and we used it for our annual homecoming picnic. And at one point in time, we had to decide what we were going to do as far as upgrading the kitchen equipment and keeping the building from going to rack and ruin. So we've launched this capital fundraising campaign to refurbish the building and upgrade the kitchen so we can continue to do our picnics, and also to have a community parish center for the parish to have larger gatherings.
According to Rich Pepsi, who is a member of the Capital Campaign Committee, the building is experiencing a rebirth and will soon become an important asset to the community and area youth.
Would we want a community center? Because this place, rather than to tear it down, we would want to build this up. That these children, maybe they no longer have a Catholic education here, but they would also be able to be educated in another way here, where they would be able to have different activities, places for them to be. We feel that if we build this up, this will be the future.
Once again, the parking lot party will be held on Saturday, May 16th from 4 until 9 p.m. and Sunday, May 17th from noon until 5. Donations can also be sent to the church or dropped off in the collection basket. In West Hazleton for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Hey, Karen. Thanks, Julie. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacic is back with a full look at our forecast. Plus, we have much more news just for you when we come right back.
Are you tired of your old car? Independence Toyota Scion in the Airport Beltway in Hazleton has an incredible spring savings deal for you. It's Chris Stash's Cash for Clunkers time. $3,000 minimum pre-owned trade-in allowance. Chris doesn't care if you push that old clunker in, pull that tired old clunker in, get it there any way you can and trade it for a car you'll love to drive. Over 80 pre-owned vehicles are available, all inspected, detailed, and ready to go. Independence Toyota Scion in Hazleton for exceptional service, the best selection of vehicles, and a minimum trade-in allowance of $3,000 for your clunker. Stop in and see Chris and his friendly team today.
If I don't get my way, I'm leaving.
Joe Yannuzzi has walked out on many council meetings, leaving these seats empty. Joe Yannuzzi even sued you, the taxpayer, when council didn't give in. Hazleton doesn't need gridlock. Hazleton needs communication. This seat needs to be filled with a leader. I'm Jeff Cassett, mayoral candidate. I will attend all council meetings and work with all members regardless of party affiliation. Hazleton cannot continue on this path to bankruptcy. We need to change direction. On May 19th, vote Jeff Cassett, mayor.
All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
Well, temperatures very warm for this time of year. Hopefully you got a chance to enjoy the nice weather. Tomorrow even going to be another nice looking day. Those humidity levels a little bit even higher than what we saw today. And we got a lot of blue skies, a few of those high cumulus clouds, but that pretty much is about it. No rain to talk about. Enjoy the outdoors. All right, well, I'm going to go indoors and enjoy the air conditioning because it's kind of warm out here. And you can clearly see for yourself that there is nothing to show you on Live 35 Skycast Doppler. It continues to remain dry across northeastern and central Pennsylvania. We're at 82 degrees, our live Lehigh tire conditions outside our television station in Hazleton, and just a little bit of a breeze, really not much of a factor across our viewing area. Our Coordinated Health Almanac page for the day right here. We got up to 86, the low being 58. Compare that to the average high of 68, 553, 808, sunrise and sunset for tomorrow. Now, that record is a brand new record at the Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport. Actually, it's tied because that's what the record was, 90, and now they're actually sitting in at 90 degrees. Keep in mind, we're a little bit cooler here, so a few degrees cooler across the Hazleton area. 80 degrees in Mount Pocono, 87 in Williamsport, 84 in State College, 80 in Johnstown, and 87 degrees in Pittsburgh. And again, you walk outside, it's actually not that bad. Humidity levels are slightly higher than yesterday, but still they're not oppressive, so you can deal with, when we deal with temperatures in the 80s to near 90 degrees with those lower humidity levels. Winds coming from the south allowing us to see those warm temperatures in the Wyoming Valley area as temperatures continue to remain in the 80s to near 90 degrees. Well, we got some activity out toward the west. This is a frontal boundary, and eventually that'll start to make its way in our direction. Eventually going to cool things down as we go into next week. Subtropical storm Anna down toward the south and east. Very early on to have a tropical system. Not ever out of the question, but again, really officially the hurricane season doesn't begin until June 1st, but those waters are abnormally warm out there in the Atlantic, and these systems like to thrive on those warm waters. So tomorrow we stay dry, and as we go into our Sunday, some scattered showers come into play across our area. And here's a look at the numbers as we go through tonight. 50s and 60s tomorrow. We got temperatures in the 70s to lower 80s. Mild night for tomorrow night, 50s and 60s for overnight lows. So again, very warm, some showers, some storms out toward the west, and eventually that's going to start to spread in our direction. Here's a look at the extended forecast and what we can expect over the next couple of days, and you'll be able to see for yourself that it's going to be pretty nice temperature-wise. Some showers and storms for Monday, and then cooler as we go into next week. Our Pick 2 daily Pennsylvania Lottery numbers 9-3, the Pick 3 0-1-6, and the Pick 4 5-8-0-3. We'll continue to have more for you coming up after these commercial messages.
At Cuck's Turkey Farm, we are family owned and operated for over 45 years, and we consistently strive to produce premium poultry. We offer the finest all-natural country poultry, antibiotic-free, all vegetarian fed with superior white meat yield and exceptional flavor. So we invite you to experience the unique natural taste of our poultry for your enjoyment and your health. Give us a call or stop in today.
It always feels good to pull my own part. Saves a lot of money too.
I've never actually pulled it before, but I think it's time.
It's environmentally conscious, and it can be a lot of fun.
If you're a do-it-yourselfer who's up for an adventure, then come out to Harry's You Pull It. Pull your own quality recycled auto parts for up to 90% off the cost of buying new. Savings like that will keep more money in the bank, which could lead to even greater fun. Harry's You Pull It. WeGotUsed.com.
I grew up in Pittston. I know what it takes to live in a small town. I know a lot of these people, and they know me.
And that's why I believe everyone should have access to high-quality, affordable health care. And why I'm pleased to tell you about a new choice, Coordinated Health. I want the very best for my family, friends, and neighbors, and I know Coordinated Health
will bring a new level of patient care to the Wyoming Valley.
Well, the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce and Berger Family Dealerships have announced the 2015 Athena Award recipient. This year's recipient is Elaine Judd. Judd is a second-generation owner of Arc Electric Construction Company and an electrical contracting firm started by her father and Michael in 1976. Her late husband Robert started as an electrician with ARC, then purchased part ownership in 1981. In 1996, Robert and Elaine established their partnership and continue to grow the company to this day. Elaine serves on many community volunteer boards and organizations in various capacities. The Athena Award is presented each year to a Hazleton area businesswoman for their outstanding professional achievements. It will be presented at the 123rd annual meeting of the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce. The dinner meeting will take place on Thursday, May 21st at Genetti's Ballroom in Hazleton. On Monday, we will hear from Chamber President Mary Malone on the selection process and the dinner. Well, WYLN is proud to announce its newest Granny's Kitchen television host. After receiving numerous qualified applicants, WYLN has selected Rita Millard. Rita is a wife, mother, and grandmother. She owns and operates a quilt and yard store business in Bloomsburg for the past 14 years. She has also taught such lost arts to numerous students throughout the years. According to Granny Rita, it is exhilarating for her to think that she can be involved in inspiring men, women, and children to cook. Granny's Kitchen will debut later this fall here on WYLN. Well, coming up next, Eric DeBaradinas is in with sports. Stay with us.
For all your projects, large and small, Bedrock Gardens has it all. They are fully stocked and ready to fill your order. Rubber mulch and rubber curbing to match. Lots of color choices to pick from. Wall stone, natural stone, full pallets ready to go. Their bins are full with rich colored quality mulch that will look wonderful all season long. Finish off your fabulous outdoor space with their quality patio furniture and easy to assemble fire pits. Everything you need for your summer projects. Delivery available, or just stop by and they will load you up. Bedrock Gardens, locally owned and operated. Call today.
In sports, we tend to root more for teams than players. Tonight, we share the story of an inspirational individual who we can all root for.
I've been through a lot, and I try to tell people that life is precious.
Mike Shields, a former wrestler for Wyoming Valley West, is now wrestling in a match for his life.
Lymphoepithelioma-like carcinoma, it's a rare thymus cancer.
Last May, a year after graduating high school, Shields was cutting grass when he felt chest pains and a loss of breath. It proved to be more than that, though, as the then 18-year-old was left to grapple with his diagnosis.
You don't want to hear anything like that at 18 years old, that there's a mass in your chest or something growing inside of you that you can't control or you can't take out immediately.
Shields underwent several rounds of chemotherapy to mixed results before requiring surgery in August.
They told me that they were going to cut open my chest and actually take out this tumor. And there was a chance I could live, there's a chance I'll die in surgery.
The surgery was a success, and Mike arrived home to the support of friends and family.
I obviously had my doubts and my bad times and my negativity dwelling in my head, you know, am I actually going to beat this? When am I going to die, you know? But after that surgery, I knew that if I overcame that, I pretty much can overcome anything I put my head to.
In October, a 5K was held for the former Spartan, who continued to display the same fight against cancer as he did on the mat.
Mikey, he had his own style, slow-paced, but he was a warrior. You know, he went out there and he did what he had to do.
It didn't matter who was across the mat from him, what the odds were. He always went out there and he always gave 100% and just never stopped trying, never gave up on himself.
In February, doctors told his family that the odds were against Mike making it at all. But a treatment from a doctor in Maryland saved his life. After coming out of a coma, Shields wasn't able to speak, and no one was able to understand what he wrote down on a notepad. However, he was able to deliver one message to his mom.
I'm glad my mom got that memo, not to give up on me. If I'm ever in a situation like that, unless it's apparent that I'm gone, don't give up on me. You know, I'm a fighter, and I'm going to fight to the end, you know.
A motto Shields learned from the sport he picked up in the 6th grade.
You gain so much from the sport of wrestling. It just goes to show like what he took from our program, never give up, which is an awesome feeling as a coach, that a kid would never give up.
It taught me to keep my head up, you know, never give up, and no matter how times are hard, you know, no matter what you're going through, you could always rely on someone else to have your back.
While his bout with cancer is not over, Michael Shields refuses to be pinned down by the disease.
Now I'm on a mission to kind of get back to the normal life I used to live, you know.
He's a fighter. He's so positive. He believes that he's going to beat this, and in the process, he's just been a great inspiration to me, and I'm just humbled by him.
Another 5K will be held on May 23rd, and Shields is determined to show everyone the power of never giving up.
I'm looking for the challenge. I'm preparing, and I'm definitely going to run in this one. I can guarantee you it. That's great.
For more information on the 5K and how you can help Mike Shields, visit our Facebook page at WYLN Press Box. Those are your sports. We'll be right back.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
Well, we continue to be dry across our area, well, with the exception of a couple of sprinkles or a stray shower you can see out toward the west. But again, temperature-wise, very, very nice in the 80s, some areas near 90 degrees. You can't get better weather for this time of year temperature-wise. It's going to be nice for tomorrow as well. A little bit more humidity, so you're going to feel a little bit more of that in the air. But even those humidity levels won't be overall oppressive, because sometimes in the summer we know when those dew point values get up well into the 60s and 70s, you walk outside and you're just like want to walk back in the air conditioning because it's just unbearable. You'll see a little bit of humidity tomorrow, but it won't be that unbearable, but still some very, very warm temperatures, well above average. Cool down going into next week with temperatures only in the 60s.
So summer is here.
Not officially, but yeah, definitely feeling like it.
It'd be so technical.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's not snowing, it's not raining, it's nice, you can enjoy it, it's great.
Yeah, it is. We'll take it.
All right. Well, I want to wish all the mothers out there a very happy Mother's Day, my mother included. We'll be spending the day with her on Sunday. And have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you on Monday.